Hey there, Craft Tuts followers. I'm Kelly Johnson, and today I'm going to teach you how to weave in the ends of your knitting project. After you bind your project off, you'll still have yarn tails hanging off of the ends of your project. So we need to weave those ends in order to make the project look a little bit more complete. Here's what it will look like after you weave in your ends. Let's get going. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to weave in all these ends of your knitting into your knitting project so that you won't be able to see them when you're done. To get started, make sure you have your current project that you're working on, a pair of scissors to trim your ends. You're also going to need a yarn needle, which is just a really big fat needle. And this right here is a yarn threader. It comes in really handy to get your yarn through the eye of this needle. So you'll be able to get all this chunky yarn through this little eye right here. So these are really handy if you want to make sure you have one of those. Once you have all of these supplies, we can get started. Okay, to get started with our weaving in, flip your work over so that you're on the back side of your work. You should see all these nice little bumps back here, so these little bumpy parts. On the other side, there are V's. That's not what you want to be seeing. You want to make sure you see these nice bumps on the back side of your work. The first thing we want to do is grab our needle, and we're going to thread it. So also make sure you grab your threader if you have one of those. Put it through the eye of your needle. Grab your yarn and put it right onto that threader. And then you can pull the threader through, set it aside, and your needle is threaded. Now, make sure that you take your yarn and we want to put it through to the back side of our work. So it's on the front right now, move it to the back. So somewhere near where your yarn is, just find a little hole to poke it through. So right here maybe, poke it through to the back side of your work. What we're going to be doing on this back side is duplicating these little bumps. So find the purl stitch that's closest to you. This little bump right here is closest to me. And put it through that bump from the bottom to the top. So just stick your needle in there and pull it through from the bottom to the top. Perfect. Now we're going to find the stitch that's to the left. So right here for me, the one that's right next to it. And you're going to go through that stitch from the top to the bottom. You're also going to go through this stitch down here. So top to the bottom and then top to the bottom. So closer look. Right here's where we started. Then we went to the left and went through here from the top to the bottom. Then went through this stitch also from the top to the bottom. Pull it through. And what we've just done is duplicated this stitch right here. So let's try again. Now we're going to go to the left of the stitch we were just through. So right here to the left, this is the next stitch. Go in from the bottom to the top. And then also the stitch that's above and to the left right here, we're going to go through that one as well. So this is where we started. Then we went a little bit to the left and went through this one. Then we went up and to the left and went through this one. Now pull it through. And you can see right here, this is a stitch that we're going to be duplicating. So once you pull it tight, you've really just duplicated that stitch, so it's nice and invisible. So let's keep going. We're going to go again to the left of this stitch that we started at. So down, and then down and to the right into this stitch. So again, we started right here, and now we went to the left and went through this stitch, and then we went down and slightly to the right and put it in the stitch. So pull that tight. Perfect. Now, we started here, so we're going to go slightly to the left to the next one, put it up, and then remember, go up and to the left to put it into the next stitch. Perfect. Now pull it through. And we'll keep going. So to the left of that stitch right there, and then down through the next one. Pull that tight. And we were right here, so now we go to the left into this stitch, and we're going to go up this time. That's great. So at this point, you can stop weaving in right here if you'd like. Some people like to go all the way across. You can do that if you want to too. But right now, that should be pretty secure. You can just take your scissors and trim that end. If you look at the other side of your work, it's actually really invisible, which is super nice for this type of weaving in. So make sure that you do that, and you also do that to the other ends of your work, and then you'll be finished weaving in. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out craft.tutsplus.com for more knitting and crafting tips and tutorials.